Hi, Sean Driscoll with another edition of Lead the Way. This is part 2 in a series on planning for the new year. In our last episode, I shared with you a specific strategy to really anchor and mine the current year for the key things that you want to carry forward into the new year with energy and enthusiasm and clarity. So now what we're going to do is really start looking ahead. Carry that vision forward. What is it for this particular calendar year that really is your biggest desired result? So you can take a moment, and the best way to access this is to take a moment and fast forward, right? Imagine it's the end of the year and you're delighted with the results that you've gotten. And you're ready to go have coffee with somebody and share with them the success of the year. What are you going to share with them? What is, the ultimate biggest result that you're so proud of this year? That will give you some insight into the biggest drivers of your success for the calendar year. When you're writing a strategic plan for the business, what I want you to do is get clear at the highest level what the result is that you're aiming for. Quite often it's tempting to put a dollar value up there, a revenue number, because it is, after all, business. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with revenue driving some of your strategy. But revenue alone will leave you unsatisfied and can lead you off course if you're only chasing the dollars. And since most of my audience is not only chasing the dollars, I recommend that you do a combination of freedom, impact, and revenue. So set your results around the combination of those three things. What does freedom look like for you to achieve X number of dollars revenue, working part-time, 20 hours a week, while impacting 10,000 people or 5,000 people or 1,000 people? Something like that, where you frame that result in so that it's a balanced approach and a balanced goal that you would be thrilled to share with somebody. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that, right? Once you've anchored down that piece, then look at the drivers. Take that step back and just ask yourself, what three things, if I did them really well, would practically guarantee that I would hit this number? What are the drivers of hitting this result? Okay? Usually it becomes pretty apparent what the key things are. You may have to think, you may have to do some post-it notes and shift things around, but ultimately you want to get it down to just three things. Three key drivers that will lead you there. Is it a combination of some better leverage strategies? Is it a combination of partnering? Is it a combination of, developing some new relationships or bringing on team? Is it streamlining your operations? What is it that will drive the result to really get you the freedom, the impact, and the revenue you're seeking? Once you've anchored those, then you can start to drill down and identify, in order to reach this driver, so let's say it's partnerships. My priority projects might be to reach out and schedule 5 strategic alliances or strategic partnerships for the calendar year around a particular goal that I have, or a particular service or product. So that would be the priority project. Write that down. Get 5 strategic partners on board for X, right? For this launch or this product or this service. What support will I need to make that a reality? You might want to look at systems when you think support. You might want to look at, what do I need to learn and invest in knowing how to do? You might want to look at technology. What's the technology support that I would need here? So that you're clear that in order to achieve this, you know exactly where you should be investing in additional support or seeking additional support. So you will do this exact process for every driver. Sometimes there will be key projects that hit multiple drivers. And that's terrific because that really shows you that that's a powerful project, a leveraged project. This becomes your one-page plan for the year. You can keep coming back to this and ask yourself and check in with yourself, am I hitting my key drivers? Am I investing in the kinds of things that align with what I need to be focused on to achieve the result that I've intended for the year? It will help you avoid rabbit holes, getting caught up in somebody's sales process and buying a product that doesn't really line up and fit in. So it's not intended to be this rigid, cannot flex. You can modify the plan, check in with the plan, adjust the plan. But it's a one-page strategic document to keep you focused and to help you make decisions about how you spend your time. You can also take it a bit further, of course. With each project that ends up here, you'll want to create a more detailed project plan for that with timelines and who's responsible and tasks. But until you have the one page, creating those more detailed plans really is difficult and can become futile. So hopefully this plan will work for you. Feel free to leave some comments on the blog about how the two-step process has worked for you. Would love to hear from you. And until next time, this is Shawn Driscoll. Lead a life of difference.